Welcome back to Claw and Fossil. I'm your host, and today we're shifting gears from giant river hunters and marine leviathans to one of the most iconic herbivores of the dinosaur age. It wasn't fast, it wasn't grateful, but it was virtually indestructible. This is the story of Ankylosaurus magniventris, the armored tank of the Cretaceous. First things first, Ankylosaurus wasn't just a spiky dinosaur. It belonged to the group Ankylosauridae, part of the broader thyreophora, and the shield bearers. That includes stegosaurs. Appearing in late Jurassic, ankylosaurs diversified throughout Cretaceous into a variety of armored plant eaters, but Ankylosaurus, living about 68 to 66 million years ago in western North Africa, was the largest and most heavily fortified of them all. At up to 8 meters long and weighing over 6 metric tons, it was essentially a reptilian fortress on four legs. Ankylosaurus' entire body was built for defense. Let's break it down. So its armor. Its backs were covered in osteoderms, bony plates embedded in the skin, many fused into a continuous shield. These were sometimes studded with spikes, creating a mosaic of natural body armor. And let's get to the skull. The head was low and triangular, the thick bone protecting the brain case. Even with the eyelids, they were literally armored. And let's get to the tail club, perhaps its most famous weapon, a mass of fused vertebrae and ossified tendons forming a heavy rounded tail club. This could deliver bone-shattering blows to predators like Tyrannosaurus rex. And let's get to their posture. They had a low slung, short, kind of powerful legs, you could say. Ankylosaurus was not built to run, but to anchor itself in place, absorbing and countering attacks. In short, you didn't mess with an ankylosaur unless you wanted broken legs or broken back or something. Despite its armored, almost militaristic appearance, Ankylosaurus was a herbivore. Its leaf-shaped teeth and broad beak-like snout suggest it cropped low-lying plants, ferns, cycads, and angiosperms that spread during the Cretaceous. Its low stance kept it close to the ground, but isotopic evidence suggests it might have occasionally browsed shrubs as well. Interestingly, its gut anatomy hints at fermentation chambers, much like modern cows, allowing it to digest fibrous plant matter slowly but efficiently. Alrighty, y'all, let's pause for a moment. If you're enjoying Claw and Fossil, make sure to follow the show wherever you listen to podcasts. Your support keeps us digging deeper into the fossil record and bringing these ancient worlds back to life. And hey, if you're a longtime dinosaur enthusiast or just getting into paleontology, consider sharing the podcast with a friend, because the more we spread the word, the more we can keep exploring together. Alright, so back to Ankylosaurus and how this walking fortress faced off against Earth's most feared predators. So, what actually threatened Ankylosaurus? Only the largest carnivores of the day, most notably Tyrannosaurus rex. But even T Rex faced a challenge. Ankylosaurus's armors could resist bites, while its tail club was lethal deterrent. Biomechanical models estimate a full swing could generate forces strong enough to fracture the leg bones of a T Rex. The strategy was clear. Ankylosaurus didn't flee, it stood its ground, turning its back and tail towards predators like a living fortress turret. So, Ankylosaurus lived in the lush coastal plains of what is now North America, part of the Hell Creek Formation, a landscape it shared with ceratoplasians like Triceratops, hadrosaurs like Edmontosaurus, and of course Tyrannosaurus. Its role was that of a low-browsing megagrazer, filling a ecological niche similar to modern armored herbivores like rhinos and hippos. And just like those animals, its bulk and defenses shaped predator-prey dynamics in its ecosystem. But like all non-avian dinosaurs, Ankylosaurus met its end in 66 million years ago with the Chicxulub impact. The sudden collapse of plant ecosystems doomed the great herbivores, and without them, even T-Rex could not last. Still, Ankylosaurus represents one of the evolution's most extreme designs, where Spinosaurus specialized for rivers and Mosasaurus for seas, and Ankylosaurus perfected the art of defense. Its legacy echoes in today's animal kingdom. Think of armadillos, pangolins, and even turtles. Nature has a long history of building tanks when survival demands it. So, when we think of dinosaurs, we often imagine toothy giants and swift hunters, but survival isn't always about a fence. Sometimes the best strategy is to become untouchable. That's the lesson of Ankylosaurus, a creature that turned its very body into a fortress, standing as one of evolution's greatest masterpieces of defense. This has been episode 4 of Claw and Fossil. Thanks for tuning in, and stay with us next time as we uncover another prehistoric giant that left its mark on Earth's history.